Okay, so this is the recording on how to show you how to elegantly screen cap your recording software on PC. I like to use basically three programs. One is going to be your recording software. One is going to be a program called OBS, which we see right here. And the last one is a free plugin, standalone program for Windows. It's called Voicemeeter. So what you're going to do is you are going to download Voicemeeter, download OBS, then go into your recording software and go into Studio Setup in Cubase, whatever it is, wherever it is that you pick your ASIO driver, and you're going to want to use Voicemeeter. Voicemeeter is going to act as a bridge from your recording software back to Windows so that your screen capping software, in this case OBS, can see it. Typically what happens is that the recording software uses a different audio driver. Often Windows is not aware of that, and the audio passes without Windows knowing anything about it. So what we need to do is we need to find a solution which is essentially an internal routing system. That's where Voicemeeter comes in. And Voicemeeter acts as that go-between where what we screen cap goes to Windows and we can grab it. So once you have your DAW open, your ASIO driver set for Voicemeeter, you're going to want to configure OBS. And as you can see, I'm recording right now, but I want to go through a couple settings with you and a couple tricks. So for video, I keep mine 1080, basically 16 by 9, and basically 1080p. You can go higher if you want. You'll have bigger file sizes. This one's really important because I don't want let's say you're operating on a single screen and you want to be able to show off a cool snare effect, right? You say, hey guys, listen to how great this Pultec is making my top snare. And you're like, hey, I want to put this on Instagram. I don't want to have to edit it afterwards. A really elegant way to fix that is to set up just these two hotkeys, start recording and stop recording. I make mine Control-Shift-R for both. This just basically acts like a toggle. Entirely up to you. Choose what you want to choose, but that is how you do that. You're going to have to set up a few things. So the first thing you want to set up for OBS is it needs to know to view your screen. So you go to your sources, which are here. As you can see, I have a lot. Many of them are muted. We'll get to those in a moment. The big ones you need is you're going to need the display capture, and you're going to add that, and you're going to select the monitor that you want to grab. If you have multiple monitors, hopefully they're detected and you should be able to see both of them there. A trick I use is I do have two monitors when I work. So I keep OBS over off the screen. It's currently on a second screen that you can't see because I'm just screen capping my main screen. If you're on a single monitor though, you'll just choose that one, and that's where those hotkeys really come in handy. Then you're going to want to choose if you want to do voiceover work like I'm doing here, and you can see I'm doing this on a Blue Yeti, which is a great microphone for just doing stuff like this. It's literally made for this. It's a USB microphone, and Windows detects it. It's totally plug and play. You just literally plug in the USB cable, adjust your gain on the microphone, and it just works. But the way you would add that is you'd say add audio input capture, and these are already existing. You would see the Yeti in the list. You'd grab the Yeti. Here it goes. Here you can do some quick mixing if you want your desktop capture. Like for example, let's play. If you wanted that to be lower, you just, in comparison to your voice, you bring it down here. It might take just a little bit of experimenting. In my travels, it has not been hard to get that balance right. Then a thing that I think everyone should be doing is you should be thinking about branding and putting a logo on all your stuff. So for example, I've got big logo bottom. That's for when, let's say I'm using a plugin that takes up a lot of the center screen and I want that real estate to show off the little trick I'm doing. So I'll put my logo on the bottom. Sometimes I just am doing something like, hey, just check out this mix. And I'm zooming around the project, and I'm not really showing off anything that requires center screen real estate. I'll pop the logo right in the center as it gets the most attention that way. And then I think I have one that's, And then if I'm putting it on YouTube, I don't put this here, but this is a great spot just to put a little logo, a little bit of branding out of the way for my students or whatever. The reason I don't have it on now is because I host this stuff on YouTube and it puts it over there for me anyway. And that's kind of it. Oh, it's not actually kind of it. After you are done with your video and you made, actually, let me show you another little trick. This is handy. Instagram stories are 15 seconds long, right? So a little trick I'll do is I'll start, let's say the part I want is around here. I'll say, okay, that's at about 39:45, and I'll let that go for 15 seconds. It's really easy to see. You can change your grid from bars to seconds and do it. And if you want to say it's worth doing 2 Instagram stories, let it go for 30 seconds. And a good rule of thumb is let it go for an extra second or 2 before you hit Control-Shift-R or whatever the hotkeys that you make are. Let it go a little longer, because then you can just trim that last one off when you post it to Instagram. But I like mine to be the full, 30 seconds if they can be. Let's see. Let's go back to OBS. So yes, once you've done that and you've got your 15 second, your 30 second, or maybe you're doing a whole IGTV thing, maybe it's way longer, who knows? This is very elegant. You want to go to File, Show Recordings. Here's your videos. Some of you might see your names in here. This is the video we're currently recording. What you want to do is you want to set up Dropbox. So hopefully you have a Dropbox account. And if you don't, I highly recommend having one. And then once you have a Dropbox account, install the app. When you install the app, what's great about it is that Dropbox comes up as basically part of your file system, which means you can pin, I call mine random Instagram, because it's just these random little moments I have. And then you're going to right click, boom, come down here. And when you release right click, it's going to say, do you want to copy or move? I say move. And I just move them, the ones that are going to go to Instagram here. That gets it out of my general folder and starts immediately syncing with my Dropbox. And then I can just grab my phone. And when I grab my phone, what you want to do is I'll do this. I'll kind of talk you through it as I'm doing it right now. Grab your phone. The leftmost icon on the bottom is home. And if you go to the home and then you pull down and refresh, your newest file will appear there. You're going to hit the 3 little dots to the right and say export, save. And that's going to save to your camera roll. And then you just post it to Instagram like you would anything else. It's a great trick. And I really recommend doing this at least once a day. Remind people you're an audio engineer. If you're out there, you're working, and show them like the cool tricks and they might be like, damn, this guy or girl knows what they're talking about. So with that, let me know if you have any questions, but that is a great, elegant way to get your audio from your DAW to Instagram or YouTube or wherever you want quickly, have it look good, have it sound good. It's so much better than trying to take a video of your screen. Cool. Until next time.